Hey everybody, good morning on this Friday morning. I'm out here going for my morning walk. Um, I just want to share my walks with everybody and kind of maybe today go through what why a morning walk is important. So there's a few reasons. Reason number one is I would say maybe the most important reason is actually the what happens to your mind when you go on a walk. How your thoughts work, how your mind is kind of set at ease. It's almost like a meditative process here. When you go out for a walk, your thoughts are kind of abundant. They're abundant. They're jumping around to, one time you're thinking about this, and then next second you see a bird, and I see a bird right now, a little crow on the field. And you get a bunch of these thoughts. However, you don't tend to engage too heavily on one of them. I just see a bird fly off, and as I'm, approaching it, it's probably scared of me. But yeah, I don't see any sort of, the thoughts that appear in your mind. They're not invasive. They're just kind of there. You can interact with them, and then they go off. So in that way, I see it as sort of a meditative process. Even though in meditation, a lot of it is sort of maybe to stay focused on no thoughts, breathing, or for example. Or really, maybe it's sort of to focus on just one thing. The walk is kind of a little different. You gotta see many things without focusing on any of them. And I think it's quite a calming, good thing for your mental health. And another good reason to go for a walk is, well, as you can probably see, there's a little bit of sunlight. Sunlight is good for you. Whether you get some vitamin D in a lower UV setting, not as dangerous of a UV setting. Also, another good thing is the sunlight, not just for the vitamin D, but you get these things called lumens from the sun. And there's no better place to get them than from the sun, pretty much. There are some artificial lamps you can buy to boost your UV intake. Not UV, that's bad. Lumens intake. And this is good for your eyes. And actually just overall regulating your circadian rhythm process. Now, I am not super intelligent on this, but there's a guy, Dr. Andrew Huberman, I think is his name. He runs a podcast, The Huberman Lab. He talks very in depth about this and the benefits of sunlight right when you wake up in the morning. But in short, yes, there's some lumens that the sun produces that is pretty much just a measurement of the light levels, the levels of light in the area. And this helps to regulate your circadian rhythm, which is pretty much a 24-hour internal clock in your body. And when you intake this sunlight directly in the morning, this helps to set your waking up schedule, right? So if you go outside at 7:30, right now it's like 8:15, but you go outside at 7:30, let's say, and you make sure you just go outside. You don't have to don't look at the sun. The sun's this way, and I'm not looking at it. You just be outside, and the sun will reflect off of many surfaces and eventually go into your eyes. And this is going to help with, regulating your circadian rhythm, basically just helping you to wake up at a more consistent time. And I guess there's 3 benefits I wanted to talk about. So we have, of course, just the meditative, aspect to it, the waking up early. And, yes, the third one, of course, is exercise. A little bit of walking is not necessarily going to be beneficial for somebody who's already a marathon runner or a triathlete or something crazy. But for the majority of people who are fairly sedentary and inactive, a good walk in the morning is very helpful. Don't for example, there's been times before in the past I wake up and I wake up and I go straight to my computer, whether it's work because I work remotely, or for example, I play a game of Valorant. It's a shooting game, an online shooter game. But yeah, even somewhat recently, like in the past month or so, sometimes I wake up and I jump right on the computer, play Valorant, or go to work. But instead of that, why not get the morning walk? Because there's not just the exercise benefit to it. There is also other benefits, like I just mentioned, the meditation. It's sort of a meditative activity, and getting those lumens in the morning. I like the word lumen. And yeah, so those are pretty much my 3 benefits. Exercise, we'll go a little bit more on that one though. So yeah, moving your body is just an important thing. Sedentary, permanent sedentary, or whatever a good term for that is not a good thing. So yeah, I think that's what I wanted to share on this walk today. Maybe I'll make this a daily thing or whatnot. And we'll see what I can talk about the next day. I'm not going to repeat the same thing. Maybe I'll have a topic, but I just kind of want to spontaneously record this video, as a start to my YouTube channel. Sort of, maybe it's a lifestyle channel, but we'll see. I was thinking exercise, mental health, gaming. We'll see. Anyway, thanks everyone. Have a good morning.